responsible to persuade state authorities, says Ubaidul Qadir. Flood situations in some districts, including Sylhet and Sunamganj, deteriorate. Relief distributions continued among flood-affected people. Seven people killed as Israeli forces bombed tents in Gaza's al-Mawasi humanitarian zone. And USA facing South Africa at first match of Super 8 stage in T20 World Cup 2024. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Upama Shaha with you, welcoming you to the news at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details.
বাংলার স্বাধীনতা রক্ষা হয়েছে, বাংলার লোক স্বাধীন হয়েছে, বাংলার পতাকায় দুনিয়া ওড়ে, বাংলা জাতিসংঘের সদস্য, বাংলা যৌথপক্ষের সদস্য, বাংলা কমনওয়েলথের সদস্য, বাংলা ইসলামিক সামিটের সদস্য। বাংলাদেশ দুনিয়ায় এসছে, বাংলাদেশ থাকবে, কেউ একে ধ্বংস করতে পারবে না।
Offices of the government, semi-government, autonomous and semi-autonomous organizations resumed today after Eid al-Adha vacations. However, there was a vibe of Eid in most offices. Officials and employees embraced each other and exchanged greetings on the first day in office after Eid holidays. However, the presence was thin as many employees are on additional leave. Meanwhile, the new office timing became effective today from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in all government, semi-government, autonomous and semi-autonomous organizations. At the same time, transactions in banks will continue between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. People have started to return to Dhaka by train, bus and launch after celebrating the Eid al-Adha vacation. Many people are seen returning to Dhaka to join work starting in the next couple of days. Many students are also returning as their educational institutions are reopening. All the government and private offices, banks, financial institutions and courts resumed operations today. It was seen that all bus terminals, including Mohakali and Saidabad, are almost vacant. A total of 43 launches reached Dhaka from various destinations till 11 a.m. today. On the other hand, many people are leaving Dhaka today also. Transport concerns said most holiday makers will return to Dhaka on next Saturday and Sunday. The Tista deal remains stalled as it awaits approval from the state government of India, and it is the responsibility of the central government of that country to persuade the state authorities. This comment came today from Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Ubaidul Qadir. He was speaking to journalists after exchanging greetings with officials at the Secretariat.
তিস্তা সেখানে রাজ্য সরকারের একটা সাপোর্টের বিষয় আছে, ওদের অনুমোদন লাগে, তো সেটা তো ভারত সরকারের বিষয়। তারা তাদের রাজ্য সরকারকে এ ব্যাপারে সূচক অবস্থানে নিয়ে আসবে, এটা তো ফেডারেল গভর্নমেন্টের কাজ। এখন ভারতের কোন রাজ্য সরকারকে এ ব্যাপারে পার্সু করা, তাদের সাথে আমাদের তো আলোচনার কোনো সুযোগ, দেখা যাক কি হয়।
Criticizing the comments of the BNP over the St. Martin's issue, the Road Transport and Bridges Minister said the government will not enter into any war with Myanmar at the provocations of the BNP.
এটা আমাদের দেশের জনগণও চায় না। এখন ফখরুল সাহেব যদি যুদ্ধে জড়াতে চান তাহলে প্রভোকেশনের ফাঁদে আমরা পড়তে পারি। আমরা সরকারে আছি, আমাদের দায়িত্ব আছে, কর্তব্য আছে। সার্বভৌমত্ব চলে গেলে আমাদেরই ব্যথা লাগবে বেশি।
The flood situation in Sylhet and Sunamganj has deteriorated. Fresh areas are going underwater due to heavy rain and onrush from the upstream. Waters in the Shurma, Kushiara and Shariguain are still flowing above the danger levels at 6 points. Approximately 7 lakh people in 13 upazilas in Sylhet have been marooned. The situation worsened in bordering Goainghat, Jointapur, Kompaniganj and Kanaighat upazilas, while the situation in other 9 upazilas and the city corporation remains unchanged. State Minister for Disaster Management and Relief, Muhammad Mohibur Rahman, distributed relief among flood-affected people at Mira Bazar Kishori Mohan Boys School Shelter Center in the Sylhet city. Former Expatriate Welfare and Overseas Employment Minister Imran Ahmed, Secretary of Disaster Management and Relief Ministry Kamrul Islam and Sylhet Divisional Commissioner Abu Hamid Siddiq were present among others. Earlier in the afternoon, the State Minister visited flood-affected areas of Kompaniganj Upazila and distributed relief at Teli Khal Flood Shelter Center. Meanwhile, the overall flood situation in Sunamganj has deteriorated further. The Shurma is flowing above 40 centimeters near Sunamganj and 144 centimeters at Chatok Point, inundating fresh areas in the district. More than 2 lakh people have been marooned as all the upazilas of the district flooded. Most of the roads and homes are experiencing flood in Sunamganj and Chatok municipalities. Chatok and Tahirpur upazilas remain disrupted by roads from Sunamganj district headquarters. Members of the Parliament, Mohibur Rahman Manik and Dr. Muhammad Sadiq visited flood-affected areas and distributed dried food among people. Besides, district and upazila administrations are distributing relief among flood-affected people. Meanwhile, 432 villages in 37 unions under 7 upazilas in Maulavi Bazar have been inundated, where approximately 2 lakh people marooned by water. A total of 98 shelter centers have been kept ready in the district, where 571 families have took shelter so far. Meanwhile, huge areas of Nalita Bari, Chinaigati and Sribardi of Sherpur border areas have been inundated due to onrush from the upstream. Water of Chella River in Nalita Bari is flowing 21.18 centimeters above the danger level at Nakugao and Shonashi Bhita points from the morning. Water of all rivers in Kurigram has started to increase due to heavy rain and onrush from the upstream. Water of Tista River was flowing 18 centimeters above the danger level at Kaunia Breach Point, and water of Dut Kumar River was flowing 1 centimeter above the danger level at Pateshwari Point this afternoon. People from more than 100 houses have become marooned by water due to the waterlogging resulting from continuous rain. Now, international news. At least 7 people killed and fires broke out as Israeli forces bombed tents in Gaza's al-Mawasi humanitarian zone. Gaza's officials demand Israel release 310 health workers subjected to torture and call for an international investigation to reveal the fate of dozens of kidnapped Palestinian health personnel. UN says there has been a drastic deterioration of aid flows to the south of Gaza in recent weeks, causing panic and starvation. 37,396 people killed and 85,523 injured till today in Israeli attack in Gaza since October 7th last year. Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un signed a new pact today that includes a pledge of mutual defense if either is attacked. The agreement was sealed at the summit in Pyongyang during a rare visit by Putin to the reclusive nuclear-armed state as both countries face growing confrontations with the West. In a news conference after the summit, Putin said the agreement reflected the two countries' shared desire to raise relations to a new level covering security, trade, investment, and cultural and humanitarian ties. Kim said the two countries had a fiery friendship and that the deal was the strongest ever treaty between them, putting the relationship at the level of an alliance. Now weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at most places over Rangpur, Rajshahi, Dhaka, Mymensingh, Khulna, Borishal, Chattogram and Sylhet divisions. Besides moderately heavy to very heavy falls at places over the country. Night and day temperature may fall slightly over the country, said the Met Office. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Offices resume operations following new timing after Eid holidays. Festive mood prevails amid exchanging Eid greetings. People begin returning to the capital after celebrating Eid. Tista deal remains stalled awaiting Indian state government's approval. Central government responsible to persuade state authorities, says Wadul Qadir. Flood situations in some districts including Sylhet and Sunamganj deteriorate. Relief distributions continued among flood-affected people. Seven people killed as Israeli forces bombed tents in Gaza's al-Mawasi humanitarian zone. And USA facing South Africa at first match of Super 8 stage in T20 World Cup 2024. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. And we also invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.